Hello and welcome back to Swing Trading Masterclass by Wealthy Education. In this video, I'll take a look at those wedges and triangles. And we'll take a look at technical indicators that could have gotten you involved in these trades. The symmetrical triangle, as you can see, big, huge one. First thing, we're right at resistance at 115-ish, maybe just a little bit below. Not a huge surprise. Support down here at 111. Obvious support here at 112. So those would have been the first things that you paid attention to. So for example, 112, once you broke down through there, should have been too many questions. Moving averages tend to work relatively well. You can see that we got across the 9 below the 20. Now, the reason that I would use the 9 and the 20 is because the market had been so tight. You wanted to see, as we were doing nothing for quite some time, you want to see when momentum picks up as soon as possible. So I know in a lot of the other videos, you'll see me use 20 and 50, and I'll go ahead and do that just to show you. Not that it's impossible. It's just that it doesn't cross until you've already broken out and made a few candlesticks. So you would have more than likely already been involved. So when you get a tight market, sometimes it pays to use 9 and 20 instead of 20 and 50. So that in and of itself could have got you involved in this pattern plus the support. Dollar CAD, obvious support. That would be the very first thing that you would pay attention to as the dollar fell against the Canadian dollar. Really no reason to get too cute other than to notice that. However, you can put, like maybe a MACD, and you'll notice that we got a zero line cross like the candle before the breakdown. So that could have been a crucial hint as to the plausibility of this going lower at that point. Now, taking a look at U.S. steel, there's a major gap there, and gaps do tend to cause a lot of support and resistance. In this case, it would have been resistance. Well, once you break above that, and the fact that you were at the $30 round figure, those are two reasons right there to get involved. You can also take a look at, again, MACD, very common with a lot of these patterns. You can see that it had crossed right here before the moving averages had crossed right before the breakout. That's one potential takeaway from this. And then, of course, you just have a trend line going higher that has been supporting the market all along. So really, you had plenty of reasons to be involved to start with, much less any of the other ones I showed. This one here, this falling wedge, they're pretty straightforward, but there are some things that you can pay attention to. MACD could work. You can see that we got the cross right there on the second candlestick. The cross of the zero line, I should say. The moving average cross actually started here, so that would have been your first heads up as, hey, maybe something's happening here. You could also do the moving averages. Go ahead and get rid of the MACD so you can see a little more clearly. Again, a tight market, hadn't moved much as of late, so I'd use the quicker ones. And we crossed right here on the second one. The same thing that the MACD told you as far as confirmation. Got about a $6 move in Monero. Visa here, you can see this wedge had formed. Well, the first thing that you would pay attention to is that we gapped lower to hit that. That would have been a tough one to take right away. But notice how we came back to fill that gap. What was once support becomes resistance. And then we broke back down. And once we're sub $200, that confirms all of this, and it confirms much more. And you can see, the market dropped all the way to 135. Will it always move that drastically? Not necessarily, but, you can clearly make an argument for that telling you that, hey, it's time to stand up and take notice. And that's really what a lot of these patterns in this section are going to be about. And keep in mind, the patterns lead the way. It's the indicators that just kind of confirm them. That's all.